celebration this year. I am joined by former mayor and current councilwoman Debbie Ruddick. Thank you for coming. My name is Adam Eisen. I'm mayor of Half Moon Bay. The city of Half Moon Bay has a diverse LGBTQ community and is committed to supporting visibility, dignity, and equity for all people in the community. June has become a symbolic month in which the LGBTQ persons and allies come together in various celebrations of pride to support the community's right to live their lives out loud. Flying the rainbow flag, also known as the Pride flag, at City Hall throughout the month of June further symbolizes the city's celebration to diversity and support for the LGBTQ community. The flag was created nearby in San Francisco in what year? Who knows? Yep, 1978, and has been a powerful image ever since. It's pretty good. We are thankful, we're so thankful to have Coastside Pride as a partner in supporting and creating visibility to the LGBTQ community in Half Moon Bay. Harvey Milk said, "All young people, regardless of sexual orientation or identity, deserve a safe and supportive environment in which to achieve their full potential." I could not agree more. The city is proud to stand with you today. That's all I got. So give me now introduce our superintendent of schools, Sean, and he has a couple of words to say. Thank you.
So last week, the Board of Education of the Rio Unified School District passed a proclamation honoring June as LGBT month, Pride Month. It is an important moment. It is a historical moment, seeing people here today, seeing the parade, to see Coastside Pride, to see our partners, to see our allies, to see LGBTQ people feel free today to stand up, to feel that they can live out loud, that they can have their authentic voices and lives heard and felt, I think is huge for us. And it's one step forward. I know going forward in the next board meeting, we will be bringing out a policy that was helped craft by our LGBTQ roundtable, by CoastPride, by Dr. Holly Wade, who is right here, on respecting the rights of all our children, all our families, all our staff, especially when it comes to sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. No matter who we are, no matter what our stories, no matter what our identities are, we all have a place in this fabric of this nation and of this community, and you help make that possible. To CoastPride, to you as Coastside residents, to all the allies, to LGBTQ people who have fought for this day, we greet you, we acknowledge you, we accept you, we embrace you, we love you, and thank you. Have pride. Thank you so much.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Dana Johnson. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and I identify as gender non-binary. I'm a San Mateo County LGBTQ Commissioner and a co-chair of the Pride Initiative, the San Mateo County Health Equity Initiative. On behalf of the San Mateo County LGBTQ Commission, I would like to thank the City of Half Moon Bay for flying the Pride flag. As a leader and a member in the San Mateo County LGBTQ+ community for approximately 15 years, we have come a long way, but there's still work that needs to be done. There's a war of injustice going on in the African American and LGBTQ+ community. In society, we are not safe as marginalized community to express our originality, uniqueness, racial and sexuality expression, and gender identity. So the LGBTQ Commission created a visibility project to help break those barriers. It's impactful and historical if we can get all cities in San Mateo County to join in pride flag and show the LGBTQ plus community members that they're supported, have freedom of expression, and visibility of the LGBTQ plus culture. My fellow commissioners and I have met as a team to reach out and express to San Mateo County leadership the importance of LGBTQ plus visibility during Pride Month. This year is the 8th annual San Mateo County Pride celebration, and for the first time, we're celebrating it in virtual form. With the COVID-19 pandemic crisis and difficult times going on in the world, we wanted to have a space for the LGBTQ plus community to embrace and express Pride culture. Pride in persons are canceled, but Pride Month is not. The virtual Pride celebration will be from June 8th through the 13th. For more details, check out our website, smcpridecelebration.com. Let's stand together in solidarity for Stephen Taylor, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Tony McDade, and all the African American community members that have lost their lives by police brutality and senseless citizens due to racial injustice and gender inequalities. Tony McDade, an African American trans man who was murdered on May 27th, shows as Black, trans, and gender non-binary community members, we are still not safe to express our identity. With 51 years since the Stonewall riots, there is still a lot of work to be done until everyone is free. So let's get back to work and fight for justice for all. Happy Pride Month, and have a prideful day.
Woo!
I'm Rabbi Moshe Hein, joined here by my clergy friends representing the interfaith religious communities of Half Moon Bay. As a member and representative of the Jewish people, we've been victims of oppression and disenfranchisement. At the core of Jewish identity is the idea that once we were slaves, now we are free. The problem is that for many Jews and many others who enjoy the advantages of privilege, that's only half of the equation. The other half is that because we know how it feels to be oppressed, it is up to us to bring an end to the oppression of others. When asked about the essential nature of Jewish identity, Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel once said that a Jew is a person whose integrity decays when unmoved by the knowledge of wrong done to other people. And so for me, now is the time to be grateful for the battles that have been won and the advances that have been achieved, but it's also time to put myself in the shoes of my friends and neighbors who have for too long been the victims of oppression. To listen, learn, and stand up for a cause so much greater than ourselves. If you're a caring person, it is impossible to have witnessed the recent death of George Floyd and countless others without feeling outrage and grief. This is not America. We cannot stand idly by. LGBTQ plus Pride Month commemorates the Stonewall riots, which occurred in the month of June 51 years ago. In San Francisco, similar riots had taken place a few years before that. Today, our world is still crying out for change. We are in dire need of healing. We are in dire need of remembering. Why are we here? What are we doing? Where are we going? And how can our vision for a better world translate into action? How can it permeate every aspect of our lives, from small acts of care to facing systemic inequality and outright failure? Gay, straight, cis, trans, white, Latinx, this is our responsibility. This is our problem. It's time to humble ourselves, to listen, to learn, to take courage, and to rise up together. I commit to continuing the big work of unpacking my privilege and educating myself so that I can show up with as much clarity and ground as possible. I commit to speaking truth. I commit to engaging in tough conversations. I commit to doing everything in my power to protect those on the margins. I commit to holding sacred a vision of a world in which all people can feel safety, dignity, and respect, and orienting my life toward that vision. This is what we're truly here to do, not only as individuals, but as a community, a beloved community, united in spirit, in justice, and in peace.
I only want to add that I join in those commitments. And as a Christian and as a gay man, I lament the pain and suffering that has been caused to Jewish people, African American people, so many others through our history because of the abusive use and the incorrect use of the teachings of Jesus. And so I stand here today as part of that apology and that lament and that desire of commitment to be in my own community, but representing the Christian community who care and who love and who are opening their minds to a richer and truer understanding of the teachings of Jesus. So thank you for the honor to be here and all we can celebrate.
My name is Lisa Warner Carey. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am the pastor at Community United Methodist Church in Half Moon Bay. I think the most recent faith community to make a public statement and vote to be fully affirming, opening, and welcoming to people of all gender descriptions and all descriptions that usually divide us in our societies. And so I am happy to be able to celebrate this first Pride in Half Moon Bay and say that at least our local United Methodist Church finally got on board. And we're still working on the global United Methodist Church, but that will come. I was thinking and want to echo the beautifully stated comments from my colleagues. I wanted to say something a little more pastoral for the moment, and that is I realize that many of us are feeling a number of emotions all simultaneously. We feel pride, we feel celebration, we feel joy, we look back where we've been and where we are now and can celebrate the advancements in this community, and yet we also cannot be unaffected by everything that's on our news feeds and that we're seeing in our world. And it occurred to me that the rainbow is what happens when light gets fractured. The rainbow is what happens when you take light and you split it into its different components. And what that reminded me of is a kaleidoscope. If you can remember or picture looking through a kaleidoscope, it's made up of these shards of light, these shards of different pieces and colors and experiences and things that, and you dump them all together and you put light through it and you get these beautiful, beautiful kaleidoscope pictures. And so I invite us to see the rainbow and pride celebration in that light today. See the experiences that you've had as all the different pieces, the pains and the struggles and the griefs, along with the celebrations and the acceptances and the movement forward. See all of that and realize that we can hold all of these experiences, painful and celebratory, together as part of a kaleidoscope that's being built and created for our whole world. And so that's what I'm going to think about when I see the rainbow for today. And thank you for inviting me.
We're going to offer a blessing together. We'll stand around the podium. God, our friend, you told our ancestors that the rainbow is the sign of your blessing and protection, especially after times of despair.
And so we gather today as clergy from different faith communities to express our solidarity, especially in this era when certain leaders are fanning the flames of fear.
We gather today to remember those who have fought for LGBTQ equality under the law and in practice in the United States. Because of them, we are safe to gather here in public and to live in freedom.
We gather today remembering those for whom these freedoms are not yet realized. We pray for those who live under the threat of fear of intimidation, oppression, and violence by their neighbors or by the state.
We gather today remembering the divine challenge to love thy neighbor, that it will challenge even us.
We gather today remembering that for some of us, welcome and celebration in our families and faith communities is sometimes occasional or elusive.
We gather today grateful that the sense of unity and inclusion we are witnessing here today is a sign of your all-embracing love.
This afternoon we raise our rainbow. May it reaffirm our commitment, justice, and inclusion, and also serve as a sign of your love made real in us.
And may it be a blessing to all who come this way. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Hi, I'm Jenny Walter. I'm on CoastPride, and speak up. I'm never one who likes to speak. So this is an impromptu appreciation and gratitude on behalf of all of our board members and all of you who are here gathered today. The words and the spirit and the heart that is poured out of our speakers and our community is incredibly inclusive and embracive, and the fact that you're all here today celebrating with us and honoring the lives that have been lost and the struggle that we all continue today to fight. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart personally, and also on behalf of CoastPride members, all of whom are here today. Jeannie Vargas, please raise your hand. Jeannie is the president of our CoastPride board. David Oliphant is our treasurer of the CoastPride board. Sonia Matheson is on our board. Kathy Howard is also a member of our board. And Morgan, who is the IT extraordinaire, who has been capturing all of this for us to memorialize the first inaugural Pride Kickoff Month for 2020. And in absentia, Patricia Bodis, who couldn't be here today because she's with her husband. And on behalf of everybody, just thank you so much for coming out and for being with us and embracing and being such a wonderful, welcoming community. The mayor, Superintendent McFettridge, Commissioner Johnson, our director, Tanya Beat of the commission, and Jessica Blair, who's been coordinating, and Annie, who's been coordinating this event as well, and
Crystalline from the chamber.
Crystalline from the chamber. Big Justice Parker. Thank you so much.